Thank you, Mrs. Books. So far in this episode of Monkey Rhetoric we have learned about 3 myths. 1. The myth of moral neutrality. 2. The myth of technology equals progress. And 3. The myth of technology as out of control. Now we will hear from a leading academic about a 4th perspective of technology.
Hi, my name is Nicholas Burbules and I am en route to a conference to give a presentation, but I wanted to take this opportunity to speak about a relational understanding of technology. In a relational view of technology, it is understood that tools may have certain intended uses and purposes, but they frequently acquire new, unexpected uses and have new unexpected effects. So we never simply use tools without the tools also using us. In this sense, technology becomes a practice where the development, decisions, and use of technology are always influenced by political and social factors. The autonomy of technology is understood as a myth. In a relational understanding, it becomes a negotiation between user, society, and the technology. Many of my colleagues explore technology through a social constructivist lens, like Haraway, Feinberg, Franklin, Stahl, and Slevin. While all see technology as a social product, each author varies in his or her analysis of power and relations of oppression within technological design and construction. This relational view of technology shows that the division between human and technology is never as clear as we may think. The upcoming video clip made by Professor Michael Wesch at Kansas State University illustrates the negotiation between user, application, and system. I need to go present, but have a great day. Back to you, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Nicholas. Now we will hear from our director, Ellen Field, for her views on technology.
This relational view of technology is the closest fit to how I understand the intertwined relationship of technology and society. In this view, any technological innovation, including the internet, has a, quote, inseparability of good and bad in all complex human circumstances, end quote. And therefore, quote, anything powerful enough to do good on a broad scale is always also dangerous. We must always keep in mind that new technologies are inherently dangerous, and not fool ourselves in imagining that we are their masters, end quote. The quote is Nicholas Burbules. So in this light, it is important to adopt a post-technocratic perspective. This perspective allows us to understand that 1. Technologies reshape how people perceive themselves as agents, their relations to others, their perceptions of time and speed, their expectations of predictability, and many other constructions of reality. Also, adopting a post-technocratic perspective allows us to understand that the relation of means and ends of a technology will also shift as a user engages with the technology. So it is impossible to sort out the effects of technology as either good or bad. With the introduction of any technology, there will be people who see a consequence as a positive effect and others who see it as a negative effect, and these values may shift over time. One example of this is in the 1970s. Oil drilling technologies were improved to allow for more efficient extraction rates. This in turn caused an increase in worldwide oil production, which would be predominantly seen as good. However, the increase in oil created an economy and society that has become dependent on a certain rate of oil production to sustain a perceived quality of life. Almost 40 years later, the finite availability of oil reserves has created inflation rates in food, housing, heating, transport, and not to mention a war, which could all be perceived as ill effects of the technological innovation of more efficient oil extraction. This is all a reminder that technology is intrinsically bound in a web of politics and values. Thanks for watching. Back to you, Elizabeth.
Well, that concludes this week's show of Monkey Rhetoric. Your homework is to keep a technolog at the number of hours you spend online. See you next week.
Monkey, monkey, monkey! Monkey, monkey, monkey!